Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cloudversations. This is a fantastic series where we engage with leaders from our ecosystem to talk about the exceptional transformation that they're driving with Google Cloud for specific enterprise businesses. I'm Amitabh Jacob. I'm your host today. Absolutely delighted to have this Cloudversation with Desmond Wong from Accenture. Desmond, welcome. Great to have you, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Desmond, I want to start with maybe just a quick perspective on the partnership. What is the focus of Accenture's, particularly the public sector business and the Google Cloud partnership from your perspective?
Okay, I think our partnership with Google Cloud in public sector has been growing very rapidly for the last 2 years, because I think we're all very aligned on one thing: to help the government modernize responsibly with AI, as well as using these sovereign cloud capabilities. Right? The first major area that I think we have been working together was Gen AI, where we kind of co-create practical use cases that help to improve the citizen services and streamline some of these operations and empower the public service officer. And the second pillar that we're talking about is a Google Distributed Cloud. This is very critical differentiator for the public sector, because this allows the agencies to run their sensitive items, data that is actually residing on-prem today, but now moving onto cloud, leveraging on the cloud capabilities that Google offer.
Desmond, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that context. And perhaps I can build on that a little bit with a specific question about some of the conversations you're having with customers. From your lens, what's the differentiation that you're seeing Google Cloud specifically bring to public sector customers, of course, along with you?
The client choose Accenture and Google for 2 reasons, right? And the key reasons is, number one, data and AI leadership, right? And the second is the ability to use the industry knowledge to be able to scale and execute. Working with Google has the technical muscle, and that's the reason why we set up our whole Center of Excellence, as well as the Accenture Google Business Group a couple of years ago. So that's the first pillar. The second pillar that I think we have is our ability to execute. And what is important is, because of the partnership that we have with Google, we have went on to train 13,000 of our folks globally to be able to speak the Google language, to be able to understand the Google tools well enough for us to execute that and bring that to market with our clients.
Thank you so much for that, Desmond. That's so good to know. And I'm very, very glad you brought up competencies, because I firmly believe that partnerships and value propositions are really built on the back of capabilities and competencies that you take to the market.
Yep.
So I'll probably dive in a little deeper into that from a perspective of your customer conversations. Are you seeing some of those investments that you've made, which we really appreciate, translating into positive customer outcomes?
We have 2 very big public sector clients that we have been working with, and of course supported by Google. A very good example, I would say, is the work that we've done with a Central Provident Fund, where we've introduced Gemini. We have SDLC tool called AppWiz that support the entire software development lifecycle by integrating what Google brings to the table on AI with responsibility AI. We help automate their codes, their testing, even creating documentation. And through that whole SDLC cycle, CPFC is about maybe 10% productivity gain. Maybe as a start, it may not seem great, right? But it kind of helps officers. Officers used to work a lot of OT, they work overtime a lot of times, and even long weekends. But I think with these 2 now, we start to see people, streamlining some of their processes. They get better at what they're doing, and we see people having a little bit better work-life balance than before. So that's what I think it has helped some of the staff at CPF. On the other client, it's something I think we are very proud of, working with Google, SG60 Heart and Soul. That's the flagship project that we have worked very closely with Google, right? That project, it's probably the first of its kind for Accenture as well. First time we have made use of Gen AI as well as GDCC on a public setting, right? This entire thing is an exhibition. We make use of VO3 to bring stories of Singaporeans alive, right? These stories are very personalized, and we kind of touch on every different aspect of a Singaporean being immersed into the future of Singapore. And for things like privacy, right? And of course, because it's an exhibition, we need to be able to capture the audience photo and then deliver it into a video, a personalized video for them that time span is really short, and that's where GDCC come into play with both the speed, that can match on-prem, as well as the data security, because of people's photo, it can be sensitive, and that's why the whole concept of using Veo as well as GDCC comes to life, right? And Google is the whole engine that supports this story. That I would say today, and in fact yesterday, we just hit the 1 million mark. 1 million visitors who have visited the exhibition.
Wow!
And this is definitely a very exceptional exhibition for us. And this is how we have shown the world how we have bring AI to life.
That's wonderful, Desmond. That's such a great example. And I hope we have many more such stories in the future as well. My last question today, it's about the future also. What's your number one aspiration for the partnership, particularly, let's say, the next 12 to 18 months? What's the number one thing on your mind from a partnership aspiration perspective?
I think ultimately my aspiration is simple, that this partnership helps government serve citizens better, not just adding another tool, but enabling a meaningful human-centered transformation. That's the future we are building together.
I couldn't agree with you more, Desmond, and we really look forward to working with you along this fantastic journey and it's been a pleasure being a part of with you. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I hope to continue the partnership.
Definitely.
Thank you very much again. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Accenture and Google Cloud, better together.